I cannot be the only one that thinks it's really funny that the entire market is seeing a really big rise today solely based off of what they expect for Nvidia to report earnings. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky here with TechBud Solutions. In just under 2 hours, Nvidia stock will be reporting earnings after the stock market closes, and this is how we're going to prepare. Let's go ahead and talk about the actual market as of right now. Well, Nvidia itself up 2.7% on the day. NASDAQ market is up 1.68%. You know how funny it would be that it does all of this all day? People don't lock in profits, right? Because it's not a bull trap if you are aware that this earning report doesn't have to go according to plan, right? If you do your part in taking advantage of a bullish opportunity and you lock in profits at a sign of a change of a direction, all power to you, right? But if you continue to hold even when the market is up 1.66% or 5% for TQQQ and the market ends up pulling on back, then again, that's just the position that you ended up putting yourself in. Even if you reduce your position size and leave some money, right, to let your winners run is a concept that a lot of people talk about, and I 100% respect. But the risk is so high. Maybe it's just me, right? I just don't like being as aggressive as a lot of other people just because I've gotten burned enough times to know that this earning report doesn't have to go according to plan. So with that being said, as of right now, NASDAQ market testing its support at the moving average. If it breaks below this right before market closes, get ready for a nice little correction. And again, the only people that freak out are those that did not prepare. But when it comes down to Nvidia stock reports earnings. Here are the current market's expectation. The earnings per share is $2.07. Revenue is $11.13 billion. Now, what exactly does this mean? That is double. And we talked about this before. That is double of what it tried to report last time. Last time was 92 cents. Now it's $2.07. The expectations are now more than double because of the AI demand. This, again, is super important for you to understand. The entire market is now dependent on Nvidia and how it reports earnings, because if it doesn't even exceed expectation, we have to be ready for a pullback. Now, it's going to be very, very impressive if not only they beat expectations, but they exceeded. And then during their earnings call, which again, there's two parts to every earnings. There's the earnings report and then the earnings call. If they end up actually beating expectations, not just for the report, but giving better than expected for the earnings call, better guidance, then again, get ready, bulls, right? Because it's about to fly. But one of the things that I love to do is I got asked this question today during my live trading session. And it's like, Ricky, do you prefer to stay cash during earning reports? And in a perfect world, my answer would be yes, because at the end of the day, I do not know what's going to happen. I don't know if the market's going to respond in a bullish way. I don't know if the market's going to respond in a bearish way. There's many times that we see positive or better than expected earning reports, but yet the guidance is a little bit off and then the stock itself sells, right? This is why it's so sometimes confusing, but it's confusing if you put yourself and you open yourself to that kind of risk. It's actually very simple. And as of right now, look at this, right? The market has been selling off for the past 2.5 weeks. It looks like it tried to find a support. Today is one of the best performing days in 2023 since June, right? Well, not for 2023, but in the sense of we've been in this bearish rut. And this is the best performing day since June of 2023. I wanted to word that properly. But as you can see, based off of these different news outlets, you can see that again, all we are focusing on right now is that the U.S. stocks were higher Wednesday afternoon as bond yields fell and traders' eyes fell to the result of Nvidia Corp, the chip maker and on the forefront of artificial intelligence. Again, like this is the earning report that everyone has been waiting for. I have not seen any market, or I have not seen any stock about to report earnings and it moved this much. The only one that kind of compares is Apple. How many of you guys remember when Apple reported earnings? We actually saw an increase before Apple reported earnings. It went back to 50 to all-time highs. And then when Apple reported earnings, what happened? Right? I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen, but it went back to previous highs. It reported earnings, boom, sold off. And it went on this sell-off streak, right? Because it really didn't hit expectation based off of what the market was factoring in. And that's exactly what we are seeing. Oh, you guys weren't able to see it. Sorry about that. When it comes down to Apple, right on over here. So looking at this on the day chart, you could see that when it reported earnings, boom, sold off, lower highs, lower lows, and then finally has been showing signs of a potential recovery. I just think it's really important for especially beginners to understand that It's not about being perfect during a time like this. It's just about being calculated. Don't open yourself to some kind of risk that you are not okay with. It's good to take worst case scenario and best case scenario into consideration, and then ask yourself, well, what exactly does that mean for me? What if the market were to move 5 or 10%? You can do the math based off of what you intend to invest. And if you're not okay with those numbers or that potential risk, then maybe you shouldn't open yourself to it. It is the very simple things that you can do prior to something happening that can really allow you to better prepare for, again, just a more calculated trade opportunity. So I'm choosing to stay cash just because I choose to stay cash does not mean that you need to, but I'm very excited to be hosting this live stream of when Nvidia reports earnings in less than 2 hours for free on the YouTube channel. And that's all thanks to you guys and getting the previous video up to 1,000 likes. So really do appreciate your guys' time. I'll see you guys in just a couple of hours. And again, now is the time to prepare, not after. I don't want to hear people whining or complaining, oh, well, I thought this was going to happen. Now is the time to prepare for both best case scenario and worst case scenario. Appreciate your time. Hope that earned a thumbs up. We'll see you in just a little bit under 2 hours. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Remember, if you have any questions, message me via Instagram or Discord, and that's all linked in the description down below. Take care, team.